No.
And then there's just like girls come over to their friend's house, and then there's just like dildos.
That is not a new thing. I went to one of those when I worked at Tim Hortons, which was like when I was like 19.
It's been a thing.
Party,
sex
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sex
like
toy party.
Sex parties. She's like, I was 16 at a sex party, as one does.
What?
After Tim Hortons.
I'm a stalker at Tim Hortons as well.
You told me about that. Maybe he's one of our.
We have one of those too that we went to, like a few different
Makeup. Yeah. Wasn't it?
Yeah, but there was like a few different. I don't know.
They're all.
I love mine. It's like huge.
Your MLM?
My
Oh, I was like, what?
I had questions.
Yeah.
I was like, what did you buy at this sex party?
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's enormous.
Like,
oh,
okay.
You told me about this.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
Who
you know
did?
what Taboo is?
Yeah, it's like a sex show. I've been.
Have you been? Oh my god. We do reproductive pelvic floor therapy stuff.
But also wasn't it like laser hair and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I was like, that's actually genius. Like to be like laser hair removal at like a sex show, like. But also maybe we advertise the pod there. But was it
a girl who did a smutty book very excited she sold out all of her books. But the booth
I think
could
we do it?
$3,000.
Oh,
What?
Maybe we should do. Maybe we know the people who put it on.
Ooh, we might.
Do we?
I don't know who puts it on.
I don't know.
Alex Kingcott.
Alex? No. But we might. Like, I'll look into it. And if you know what, if we don't directly know, we definitely indirectly know because of like all the expos and stuff. So anyway, see us at a sex show, guys. coming soon.
I'm glad you're
Pun intended. All right, are we ready to go?
Ready.
Oh, I'm first this time.
You're always first.
No, I mean like for chapters.
Oh, I was like, we went through this last time, Jamie. Hi, babe. I'm Jamie.
Okay. Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jessica.
And welcome to a... Whoops. Do I not say that? No, I do.
Yes, it did.
She looked at me weird.
No, I didn't. I don't look at you.
It's okay.
Why can we never get this part right? It's like the easiest part of the whole pod.
And welcome to...
Yes, that's like... She's looking at me weird.
What's happening here?
That's right. Okay. Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
I can't do it.
She's gonna have
Did you open a bottle of wine without me?
Yes, I'm drunk. No. All right. I look over, you're like, you're just looking at me.
I will look at Hi, babe. Hi, babe. I'm not gonna look at you.
Oh, and then it'll be like the episode where it's like, okay, when Jessica talks, I'll look at her. It's like, good.
As a rule of thumb.
Okay. Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jessica.
And welcome to A Court of Books and Babes,
a podcast where two best friends review, react to, and rate our, and soon to be your, favorite fantasy books.
All right, let's dive in.
Episode 6? 5?
6.
Oh my gosh. Look
5's
at us.
out.
That's right. Yes. For your listening pleasure.
Yeah.
Enjoy. ACOTAR. Yep. That was on brand. And then also, what are you reading these days?
I finished Blood and Ash, book 5.
Oh my God.
And it was a cliffhanger. And like, she pulled an SJM. Like the last 100 pages were like,
bang,
like my mind was blown. It was really good. I liked it a lot.
I am very excited for book 5. I'm on 4.
Yeah.
Yes. Jamie knows. And I am pretty sure that there's going to be a threesome.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
If there isn't, I'm going to have to call, like, who's the author?
Jennifer something?
Armentrout. Miss Armentrout. Where is my threesome? I'm a bit rabid for it. I was in bed the other day with my husband and I was like reading my book and I think I made like a probably slightly inappropriate noise. Like I won't make it on camera.
She purred.
And he was like, what's going on over there? And I was like, I think there's going to be a threesome. And he was like, what are you reading? And I was like, it's work. So, just
Never mind.
Keep your opinions to yourself. I'm very excited.
Yeah. I'm starting The Wolf King tonight. So.
That's right. You said you read just page 1.
Yes.
Just the tip.
Yeah. It was titillating.
It's female POV?
Yep. Yep. From what I could tell. Yep.
Right. The
first page. Yes, it is. She was wearing a dress, so I don't want to like jump to conclusions, but I'm pretty sure yes.
Is it like huge? Like all
no, it's like this. Like ACOTAR.
More reasonable.
And then the second one's about the same. So and it's only a duology. So I'm like, okay, I can
burn through that in like a weekend.
Yeah. So we'll see. It got good reviews on Goodreads, so I'm excited.
4 stars and above.
I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Wolves, which I haven't read before.
Right. Do they? Well, I guess I was gonna say, but you don't know. Like, do they? Do they refer to them as woven? Is that like a thing?
I know nothing.
Okay. Because the whole wyvern. Is that how you said it?
That's how I say it.
Okay, wyvern.
The council is aligned.
Jamie and I went away this past weekend, and we're talking about like work and then other things, and like it's like those memes on Instagram where you're like me talking to the same 3 people who always agree with me over and over, and they're like, yes, of course, and you're like, yes, that's right. Anyways, we're like, the council is in agreement.
Yeah. So that's good.
Oh, fun. I am still book 4, Blood and Ash, and then 1984.
Oh my gosh, you were like ages reading this.
It's so boring. The part that I'm at.
It's like, oh my god.
It's like it's the manifesto
and I'm
part.
Like, I tell myself I'm like 5 more pages. And
yes,
like 2 pages in, and I'm like, I can't do it.
It's so dry, and I think it makes it hard. And I've talked about this before because he's so unlikable. Yes. But I'm like, is that gonna be? Does he get a redemption arc? Is that even?
Then Allie, get on board with Wings and Ruin because quit pushing through 1984 if it sucks.
Yeah, come on.
No flying cars yet, then.
Jamie's like, I'm sure they're in there. That was the best. When I was editing that, I was cackling. There's like flying cars, right? Allie and I are like,
no. Wrong.
I mean, again, Jamie, we can be wrong.
We're not done.
It's possible.
The very end, the last page.
Right. And then it flew up in his car. A la Grease. It is time to talk lore, lust, and loose morals as we unpack adventures, escape to new worlds, and, of course, swoon over our best book boyfriends.
Before we spill the tea today... Oh, shoot. Never mind.
Tea revoked.
Now I've changed it.
That's we know Jamie can't go off.
I can't go on. Okay. Before we spill the tea and trauma, here's your official spoiler warning. Today's episode covers chapters 30 through 35, but there may also be spoilers from the entire Maasverse, including Crescent City, the rest of the ACOTAR series, and Throne of Glass. If you haven't read them all yet, well, this is your sign to pause, binge read, and come back emotionally unstable like the rest of us.
This podcast has all of our favorite R words: romance, racy, risque, and, of course,
RHYSAND.
As such, it is rated R. Listen accordingly.
We'll kick off every episode with Babes Between the Lines,
where we read what's written, obsess over what isn't,
and dig past the dialogue so you don't miss the motives, magic, or mistakes.
Here we go.
Chapter 30. Chapter 30 is Feyre's reality hits different moment. Her bittersweet homecoming where the mortal world feels smaller, colder, and far less home than she remembered. She's wandering through her old village, newly wealthy, weirdly restless, doing her best benevolent, mysterious lady impression. She hands out silver and gold to the poor because what else do you do when you've just escaped fairy captivity and have trauma and disposable income? It's her way of giving back, but also easing the guilt that's been clinging to her like a shadow. As she moves through town, it's hard not to notice the shift. The same villagers who once looked down on her are suddenly all smiles and polite conversation. Now that she's rich, well-dressed, and glowing with that faint Fae-adjacent allure, Feyre's disguise. Oh, she's not disguised. She is disgusted. Feyre is disgusted and honestly fair.
Okay, pause. We're like 3 sentences in, and I'm like, wait. Have you heard of that thing about how people who win the lottery are like, they all regret it? Jamie's like, give it to me then. No, this is like a thing. Okay, so one of the podcasts I listen to, podcast recommendations, Scared All the Time, very different from what we do, but it's a couple of guys out of SoCal, and they're from the Astonishing Legends Network, and their podcast is covering different fears every episode, and they're funny and interesting. And anyway, they did winning the lottery as a fear because so many people win the so many. Jamie, our audio listeners, you can't see it, but Jamie is like shaking her head in like disbelief. So many people win the lottery and then like their lives go completely to crap.
This is what Lost is.
Yeah. Yes, also, right? Yes, but it's like, it's actually a thing.
Okay, good catch, Tiny.
I'm cool. Parkour. It's fine.
I cannot imagine ever having this fear. Seems nuts.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Anyway, so it made me think of Feyre. Like, here she is. She's like, has all this money, and she's like, oh. What do I do with it?
Elaine too. She's like, remember when we were poor?
Oh.
How great was that?
Yeah, we're 2 minutes into the podcast and the Elaine slander has already started.
Feyre is disgusted and honestly fair. The hypocrisy is jarring. These people didn't care when she was skin and bone, but now they're falling over themselves to be kind and to be nice to her. It's a sharp reminder that wealth changes how people see you, not who you really are. Unless you're scared of being rich, which I can't imagine that ever being a thing. Then she spots Isaac.
Dun, da, da.
Her one time, let's call it, experiment in intimacy. The encounter is so anticlimactic, it's almost funny. Isaac is with a woman who is clearly smitten with him, which is nice for Isaac. And Feyre barely feels a thing beyond mild nostalgia. Like, barely. There's no jealousy, no heartbreak, just a quiet, distant acknowledgement that she's not that girl anymore.
I kind of loved that moment. Like, she wishes him well in her heart, right? Like, very genuinely.
Yeah, she does.
I love that because I feel like in like a breakup or whatever, there's always that period of things are painful. And I know he wasn't really like a boyfriend, but they had like something. And then you eventually get to that spot of like, I feel like hopefully the majority of the cases where you truly are like, I hope that they're happy. And I love that. Like, I feel like that was a nice acknowledgement of how far she's come.
Yep, I agree. And how much she's changed since coming back from Prythian.
Yeah.
The human men who once defined their social world suddenly look so small. Whatever connection she once had to this place has evaporated. But the emotional centerpiece of the chapter is the conversation between Feyre and Nesta. Finally, the frost cracks. And we get the truth. Nesta admits that she knew. She knew all along. The glamour Tamlin placed on her family didn't work. She remembered that Feyre was taken even when Elaine and her father didn't.
Can you imagine? like everyone's like, oh yeah, and then our really rich aunt, and Nesta's like, the fuck?
Like the ultimate gaslighting.
Yes!
They're like, yeah, Nesta's like,
yeah.
So, do they ever touch on this?
Yes.
Seriously,
Yes.
They do? Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They do. She went looking for Feyre, driven by a feeling that the whole wealthy aunt story was wrong. Nesta didn't need magic to tell her the truth. Her instincts, her gut, and her loyalty were stronger than any spell. I mean, this is kind of just like a small peek at her, like, I don't know, it like harkens to her power.
It's definitely foreshadowing. Yeah.
It's such a powerful moment because Feyre, for the first time, sees Nesta's love for what it really is. Not soft or gentle like Elaine's, but fierce and defiant. If those two words don't describe Nesta, I don't know what does.
100%.
Yeah. Defiant. Nesta's not the warm, nurturing sister. She's the one who goes to war when something feels wrong. Feyre even admits that Nesta possesses a kind of strength and power she can't quite name. There's admiration there and respect buried beneath all their shared history of resentment and misunderstanding. This scene also foreshadows Nesta's entire future arc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Her resistance to glamour isn't just stubbornness, it's innate power. A hint that magic recognizes something in her that even she doesn't understand yet.
Game sees game.
Yeah. Feyre might be the chosen one right now, but Nesta's moment is coming.
My girl.
Nesta, the sister she's fought with more than she fought monsters, suddenly becomes the only one who truly sees her. Because say what you will about Nesta, and trust me, we will. She's the one who feels the truth even when everyone else is too enchanted. Their relationship might be a roller coaster over the next few books, but I love that SJM gives just as much weight to the complicated, beautiful chaos of sisterhood as she does to romance.
There's that, Allie, you showed it to me, that TikTok where, who's the comedian? Brittany Broski. And she read ACOTAR, and then she's like crying at the end of it, and she's like, this book taught me the power of sisters and of sisterhood.
Like, life is so much better when you're holding the hand of your sister.
Allie's as my sister sits 3 feet away from me. Yeah, I agree. It's that unspoken, soul deep kind of love. The I'll kill for you, but also kind of want to strangle you bond.
Yeah. So here's my question. If Elaine represents softness and Nesta represents strength, where does Feyre fall in between? Equality? Like, what is Feyre's kind of
resiliency
essence?
I feel like we've just talked so much in the pod about freedom and autonomy with her, and so maybe she represents choice.
Oh yeah,
like
that makes sense.
Yeah,
and that's her whole thing with like Tamlin and RHYSAND.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Aligned.
The council agrees.
We'll see what the same 6 people I always ask have to say about
Yeah. See what their hot take is. Shock. They think I'm right.
I sent that to Will. He's like,
fucking Jessica.
Damn it, Feyre.
Yeah. We must get that on like
I'll get Vicky to make us t-shirts.
Damn it, Feyre.
And you're not the boss of me.
And then Nesta, I am the boss of you.
So while this chapter is peaceful, no battles, no fade, no monsters, it's actually very revealing. Feyre's body might be home, but her heart, it's still in Prythian, tangled up in masks, moonlight, and love she can't quite escape. Chapter 31. Chapter 31 opens with Feyre doing what any of us would do, forced to mingle with the local elite after barely surviving a magical hostage situation. She's standing at a fancy mortal party, pretending to enjoy herself and silently thinking she'd rather be wrestling a Naga in the woods than surviving another round of forced niceties.
Maybe you're right. Maybe she was into when the Naga blood sprayed into her mouth.
Right. Thirst trap. She's surrounded by polite laughter and shallow conversation, but it's all white noise. She doesn't belong here anymore, and she knows it. The mortal world is too quiet, too polished, and Feyre's got blood on her hands, trauma in her chest, and a heart still half lost in the spring court. The girl who used to scrape by for survival has seen too much and felt too much to care about polite gossip and socialites. Her guilt is gnawing at her, not just about leaving Tamlin, but about poor Claire Better. Feyre gave her name to RHYSAND back in a moment of fear, trying to deflect attention from herself, and now Claire's entire family has been slaughtered. Their house was burnt to the ground with them inside it. However, no one can find Claire's body. Yet.
It's coming.
It's haunting her. Her survival feels unfair, and her heart can't sit still, knowing the man who saved her might be suffering under Amarantha and the Blight. It's the kind of guilt that doesn't fade. It festers, quietly reshaping who she is, and it soon becomes her catalyst.
Yeah, in SJM's world, guilt always seems to be a catalyst that transforms into purpose.
Yeah, like propels them forward into whatever it is that they're not sure they're going to do. And then she's like, go for it.
It's an interesting motivator because guilt can be tied to shame, and shame is such a like uncomfortable, difficult, unpleasant feeling. But I feel like she walks that line really nicely.
Yep. 2 somewhat loving conversations with Nesta. I suppose stranger things have happened. Another beautiful sister moment between Nesta, who has spent most of this book being equal parts Ice Queen and Truth Teller. She doesn't try to stop Feyre from going back to Prythian. Instead, she gives her blessing in her own perfectly stoic way. It's not a tearful goodbye, it's understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Nesta sees Feyre's choice for what it is. Brave, reckless, but inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
She knows Feyre's heart won't rest until she tries to save Tamlin.
Nesta's energy is very like, I hate everyone except the 3 people that I would die for. And I love that SJM doesn't try to make their reconciliation sweet or easy. Yeah. It's raw, it's awkward, and it's real for them. Feyre sees Nesta's power, and honestly, so do we.
Mm-hmm. In response, Feyre tells Nesta to keep looking for a better world, one beyond their village, beyond this small gray existence. It's the first real moment of hope between the 2 of them, a quiet acknowledgement that they're both meant for more, much more. Feyre's not just leaving her family behind, she's challenging Nesta to find her own version of freedom. Quote, there were no limits to what Nesta might do, what she might make of herself once she found a place to call her own. Hello, Valkyrie.
I love that.
Ever the protector, Feyre wraps her convo with Nesta, providing guidance and warning about the Fae and what they should and should not do to stay safe. As in, like, your iron bracelets don't do shit.
Right. The carvings on the door are not helping.
She's like, you need to hire some bodyguards or something. Because what you're doing, no.
Plant a couple ash trees.
Yeah. She does say that. Yes, she does. You're right.
Yeah.
Feyre's decision to return to Tamlin is not for him, but also... Wow.
I thought you were going to find your way through that sentence. I was like, she's freewheeling, but she's getting there. Oh, wait, pause the thing.
I was like, you know what?
I know.
I committed. I doubled down. I pulled a Tamlin.
I was going to say, pulled a Tamlin. She's like, I'm already here.
I've doubled down. Okay. Feyre's decision to return is not just for Tamlin, but for herself. It feels like she's reclaiming agency after weeks of just going through the motions. It's her saying, if I'm going to be broken, it'll be on my terms.
You're not the boss of me.
Exactly. She's terrified, guilt-ridden, and totally unprepared. But hey, that seems to be our heroine's MO.
Feyre is basically saying, screw it, I'll handle this myself. And I am loving her, I don't need a man, but I'm going to save him anyways energy.
Mm-hmm. This is just another example of choice. She's choosing to go back in true you're not the boss of me energy. This time, Feyre doesn't need someone to save her. She's going back to do the saving. I love that we've the choice, that you asked me earlier, what do we think? And it's all over the script. Choice. It really is her raison d'etre. Yes, it is. The Fae lands may be dangerous, but they're where her heart, her fight, and her purpose lie. Feyre's heading back to Prythian, and whether it's for love, guilt, or destiny, she is not coming back the same. To wrap the chapter, Feyre returns to the spring court. It's looking just a little different, not the sun-drenched sanctuary she left. It's a haunted shell of itself. The manor is silent, wrecked, and hollow, like a tomb that used to hum with magic and now only echoes with ghosts. It's giving post-apocalyptic vibes, a wreckage of everything she once thought was safe, but no life, no Tamlin. Dun, dun, dun.
Goosebumps.
Chapter 32. Ever the detective, Feyre wastes no time in piecing together what kind of horrible situation has occurred. Between barely hanging doors, shards of glass, and bits of wood and blood spatter, a mystery guest meets Feyre. When I first read this, I was actually scared. And then reading it the second time, I also forgot what was happening. So I was like, oh no.
What happened?
Who's here? I'm scared. Is it the adder? No. Get comfy, babes, because we're getting a full Amarantha Blight curse download courtesy of our fairy godmother, Alice.
Finally.
I know. When we got to this part, I was like, oh my God. Finally, she is going to get answers.
How many times does Feyre ask a question and people are just anyways? And she's like, hello?
Pivot. Ready to drop the entire plot like it's piping hot tea, Alice sits Feyre down for what is essentially a PowerPoint presentation of pain and politics, complete with family drama, curses, and one hell of a villain origin story.
I feel like I want to get comfy. I'm like, I got my sweats on. I got to get my tea. I'm ready.
Okay, babe, here's the rundown. Amarantha, big bad boss Faye, think evil CEO meets jealous ex-girlfriend with a god complex. She and her sister, Clythia, used to hang out with humans way back when. But surprise, surprise, Clythia fell in love with a mortal named Jurian.
Okay, sorry.
Clythia, that's right.
Clythia. No, I'm not saying the pronunciation. I'm just saying this name.
Okay, Miss Chlamydia.
Okay, this is a joke. This is a joke. I'm going on record. When I was like 14, I tried to make this joke to my mom that it was a joke, that she was like, bah, ha, ha. And it has become lore in our family where I was like, it probably was that I had like a sex ed class and we were talking about STDs. And I thought it was really funny. I was like, what's kind of funny? Chlamydia kind of sounds like it would be like a pretty girl's name. And my mother latched onto that like it was her dying breath and has never let me live it down. And is like, remember when you thought chlamydia was going to be like a really beautiful girl's name? And I'm like, okay, take her easy. We can have a sense of humor here. And she's like, no, you really liked it. Anyway, Clythia, also unfortunate. just Clythia. Be better if it was Clydia. Clythia is bad. I know you're on a roll, but
I was on a freaking roll.
Fuck.
Okay.
In love with a mortal named Jurian.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we were.
Okay. Now I have to go off script again.
Her favorite.
Sure.
Same.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And in this court, we love a doomed romance.
Absolutely, we do.
And of course, Clythia ended up dead because of it. Cue Amarantha deciding that humans suck and deserve to suffer and launching her personal revenge tour against the mortal realm.
Revenge tour a la Taylor Swift. I love it.
It's an era.
Uh-huh.
Tamlin and the other High Lords were supposed to attend her peace talks, but peace was not on the menu.
No.
Amarantha turned the whole thing into a power grab, trapping the High Fae under her rule and cursing the Spring Court, specifically because Tamlin, our emotionally repressed fluffball, rejected her advances. That's right. The entire Blight situation is basically the result of one fairy queen's bruised ego.
Which, like, maybe she and Tamlin are a match made in heaven. Considering the lengths he's willing to go to when he is burned.
It's a theory. That's why he was like frozen in place, because when she died, he was like they were mates. The curse was Amarantha's twisted idea of fun. Tamlin had to make a human fall in love with him, say I love you out loud, and mean it. All before the end of 7 times 7 years, which, I mean, why? 49 years. Let's just put it out there. Oh, and just for flavor, everyone had to wear masks stuck to their faces forever.
The poor ones with the horse masks.
Oh, God.
So mean.
So that's why everyone looked like they got trapped in the world's longest masquerade. Alice explains that Andras, the poor wolf fae Feyre killed back in chapter 1, was out searching for a human girl who might break the curse. He wasn't hunting prey at all. He was trying to save them all. Which, ouch. Suddenly, that first arrow feels a little heavier.
Yeah.
Feyre listens to all this, horrified, realizing that while she was painting and flirting, thinking Tamlin just had bad communication skills, the entire kingdom was one big cursed death trap. The blight she kept hearing about wasn't some vague disease. It was Amarantha's rule. Every laugh, every dance, every kiss in the spring court was happening under her shadow. So now Feyre is seriously reeling, and Alice brings the axe down, quote, "You should have broken it. All you had to do was say you loved him and mean it with your whole useless human heart, and his powers would have been freed. You stupid, stupid girl."
We should have like started a tally about how many times she is called stupid.
Useless?
Yeah.
Or like, there's another word that they call
ignorant,
her.
I feel like stupid, ignorant mortal. Yeah.
Okay, so is this really fair to put on Feyre? Like, she had no idea what was up. Let us not forget the perpetual pivoting around all her questions and secrets spoken in riddles. So thoughts?
Like, and also it isn't until the last little bit that Tamlin is actually even
Nice.
encroaching on Charming. At the beginning, he's like, your hair looks clean. Like, is she supposed to swoon and be like, oh, I love you? No.
It was bad.
And I adore Alice, but yes, this is unfair.
Totally. Okay, so I have to give Tambam credit here because we gained some understanding as to why he was so hesitant to send his men across the wall, why he couldn't stand the thought of bringing a mortal woman against their will to the Spring Court. So here's my question. Did Alice's story time make you see Tamlin in a different light?
Yeah, I don't see how it couldn't.
Yeah, like it explains his turmoil and like how he's struggling with all these different decisions. And he makes bad choices. We have established this.
Been there.
But like, I do feel bad. I felt worse for him and kind of liked him more because of what Alice said in this chapter.
Yeah, there's context suddenly for like why he's so weird.
Why are you such a dick?
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I did start to cheer for him just a little after this point. Sure, he's broody, ineffectual, yes. But does he seem to have a heart under all that fur and emotional armor?
Albeit one of stone.
After this horrible traumatic tale, in true Feyre fashion, she decides to shoulder the fate of Prythian and the human realm. Quote, I would die trying to fix the destruction I hadn't prevented, trying to save the people I doomed. And away our girl goes, under the mountain.
Here we go!
The tear licking and me melting.
You truly have brought up the tear licking, and I
not
think...
in the last episode. It was a real plot hole in our script.
Oh, that's what we were missing.
Yes, exactly.
Are we ready to descend?
Born ready.
Chapter 33. Feyre is equipped with her bow, quiver, and 2 daggers, but she knows these will likely be almost useless in the face of the lethal predators she's about to encounter. I think it's safe to say we could drop the like almost useless, like
completely.
Yeah,
useless.
definitely useless. Alice leads her through the still, eerie land, and as they make their way, Feyre can't help but think about how if she had only been able to tell Tamlin how she truly felt, then all of this would have been avoided.
On a reread, though, when she's leaving in the carriage, I was kind of like screaming at her, like, just say it! Say it! You idiot! I was kind of on Alice's train at that point. Like, it's so close.
And so you get why she's like, you're a stupid girl! Yeah. But you also understand why Feyre is like...
It's a bit like Little Mermaid, where Eric has to say I love you to Ariel for her to get her voice back. And then, like...
all the Disney crossover.
And then it all just comes crashing down, and you're like, Eric!
Yes.
Why?
No, good parallel there. Yeah.
I love The Little Mermaid.
SJM's really a Disney fan, like Beauty and the Beast and
SJM.
Questions? Her guilt is almost palpable. It's nighttime before they reach a small cave mouth. Alice peers into it warily, saying, quote, all dark and miserable low.
Yes, Jessica's doing the disappointed in herself grunt.
Alice peers into it warily, saying, quote, all dark and miserable roads lead under the mountain. She tells Feyre it's an ancient shortcut that was once considered sacred, though no longer. Pause. Do we think Under the Mountain could get a redemption arc?
Dawn Court, anyone?
Yeah, because, so like okay, I want to make sure I'm right here. So the mountain where there's then Under the Mountain, this is where in that tapestry, and I was like, strap in, folks, it's lore time. That's where those hands spilled the cauldron, and that's how their world was formed. So I'm like, and it was once considered sacred, and now it's become this like depraved palace of like evil, bad.
Wait, sorry, Dusk Court, not Dawn. Yes. I stand corrected. Because look, it goes night, day, dawn, nothing. Winter, autumn, summer, spring. So
where's the mountain?
Dusk could be just right here in between dawn and winter.
And the mountain is there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the mountain's right there.
Yeah. Redemption.
Dust Court,
Redemption.
we see you.
I didn't catch it until she's talking about how it was once sacred. And then I was like, wait. Alice tells her she'll be lucky if Amarantha gives her a clean death before giving Feyre a few rules. 1, don't drink the wine.
Good one.
2, don't make deals with anyone unless your life depends on it. 3, and most of all, don't trust a soul in there, not even Tamlin. We all know Feyre's motto, you're not the boss of me. So it should be no surprise that this is foreshadowing for what is to come.
She literally does all of these things.
Yes. What is, and she thinks about it too. She's like, oh, sorry, Alice. Like every time she does, it's like, my bad.
Whoopsies, my bad.
What is interesting is Tamlin catching strays here from Alice. I am even more convinced that Alice is not a Tam Bam fan. Telling Feyre not to trust him. Like she specifically calls it out. She's like, do not trust Tamlin.
I thought she was referring to the whatever fairy it was that can transform into someone else.
Which fairy can transform into
The one
someone
that
else?
transformed into her dad.
Oh, the
I was
puka.
I thought that's what she was saying.
The Chad wearing the necklace.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought she was like, don't trust him, and I was like, oh, because it could not be him. It might not be him.
Like she does talk about like your senses will deceive you, but I don't know. Like her comments about Tamlin.
Well, I think the book I matched does not like him. So I think you're right. She also doesn't.
I think it's both. Yeah.
But also, he does kind of like screw her over at one point.
Tamlin.
And
Alice?
Reese talks about being mad about it later on. No, not Alice.
when
they're under the mountain.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't want to give it away.
I know because we're
I
like
wanna
getting
talk about
into it. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
But like, you know the part.
I know. You betcha I do.
Mm-hmm.
Alice asks if Feyre has a plan. What do we think? While Feyre is undeniably goal-oriented, I wouldn't describe our heroine as a planner per se.
No.
So her answer is no, and Alice is unsurprised. Feyre thanks Alice for leading her to the cave and tells her that if she needs to seek solace, to go to the Archeron family home and to ask for Nesta.
I mean, that's just not the most welcoming. I'd be like, maybe ask for Elaine. She'll let anyone in.
I don't know. Like, okay, so we were talking about this earlier, right? And we have and we will and we do talk about how Feyre and Nesta's relationship has developed and is going to continue to develop over the ensuing books. And we recognize that especially in these last few chapters, there's been a notable breakthrough, a thawing of the ice even.
All right.
This moment, I would say, it felt really powerful to me rereading it. Out of anyone in the world, Feyre chooses Nesta. Despite the fact that Nesta might be cold, unyielding, and like, we can call a spade, like a bit of a bitch sometimes. Feyre recognizes that there is strength and a depth to her that will allow her to act as a safe haven for those in need. Nesta might seem like a monster sometimes, but that's her monster. And that's on family.
Fair.
And so Feyre enters the cave. The silence is deafening, the cave frigidly cold and depthlessly dark. After some time, light begins to penetrate the darkness, and Feyre hears sounds, hissing, groaning, strange and frightening voices. She eases through a small fissure in the cave, through to an open hallway, slinking along the walls, desperately looking for anywhere to hide, but finding nothing. As she turns a corner, she feels bony fingers wrap around her arm.
Like a meter in, Alice is left. And she's like, oh.
A voice hisses, quote, "Hello, what's something like you doing here?" And Feyre realizes she is face to face with the ACOTAR.
Adder.
Chapter 34. Having made it approximately 50 feet into Amarantha's lair, Feyre is now dragged by the ACOTAR through the bowels of the mountain. He doesn't bother getting rid of her weapons, clearly not worried about them or her. Like, this is so, like such like so much shade. Like she's got her dagger and her bows, and he's just like, that's cute.
A little rude.
Yeah. Feyre sees many fairies and a few high fae throughout the halls as they walk. Eventually, they come to a set of large doors, and Feyre notices that they are encased with intricate carvings depicting fairies, high fae, and animals. Okay, I know that you haven't read Crescent City, but you do know that there is world crossover.
Mhm.
And at one point in the series, the Crescent City FMC finds her way into the ACOTAR universe. And I can't remember if it's confirmed or not in the actual book, but there's descriptions of like caves and tunnels, and it's dark, and there's these carvings telling stories of the fae. It makes me think that the FMC in Crescent City is under the mountain. Again, under the mountain redemption arc.
All right.
They push through, and Feyre sees a large cavernous ballroom hosting a party. She is shoved to the floor in front of a throne, and we finally get a description of our villainess.
I love this part.
Red gold hair, snowy skin, ruby lips, ebony eyes, shockingly white teeth, a red dress. Hybern's highest commander is beautiful, but tainted with a cruelty so visceral it casts a pall on her appearance. Okay, pause. Fan cast.
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner.
Yes.
I agree. 100%.
Like 100,000%. Her character and the fierceness she has in Game of Thrones at the end
at the
is
end.
like this.
Yep. The like cool, cold, calculating.
Yes. Ooh, I have goosebumps.
Yeah, I agree. Sophie Turner. Allie?
I like Sophie Turner. I also think the girl that plays Cheryl in Riverdale.
Oh yeah,
I
she
can
could
see
be good
her.
too.
I've only seen her in like kind of kiddie roles.
Yes.
I don't know if she do something so serious.
I
She
know.
has that like I'm a
vibe.
Christian, I know it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. If she could like step out of kind of that almost like campy
Yes. But
roles.
she does the whole red hair, red lip.
Look at me,
Yeah.
look at me.
Yes, like, very well.
I agree. Feyre takes in this red-headed monster, and then she sees who is seated next to her. Him. Tamlin is lounging in an adjacent seat, his expression blank. 10 feet away from Feyre, and not a blink, not a flicker of recognition. Nothing. Amarantha inquires who this might be, and the Ator says she's, quote, just a human thing. And Amarantha asks why she's being bothered with something so trivial. Feyre responds quietly with, quote, I came to claim the one I love. I've come to claim Tamlin, High Lord of the Spring Court. To be a fly on the wall when that happens, like...
Amarantha's like, the fuck you will.
Yeah, we'll see. Amarantha's laugh rings throughout the court, and Tamlin doesn't move a muscle. Feyre's mind is whirling. Is he under a spell? Is she too late? Why doesn't he look for her? Why doesn't he come for her? It's very similar to what is going on in her mind when Rhysand comes to them in that dining room and Tamlin doesn't move.
Right. So in my mind, I'm like, Feyre, like, manage your expectations.
I know. But it's like great foreshadowing. Like, yeah.
No, you're right.
This news delights our ruby-locked villain as she turns to Tamlin, expressing her happy surprise that he let her torture another girl to keep this one safe.
Oh, poor Claire.
While Feyre's mind snags on this piece of information, she plows on, demanding Amarantha release Tamlin, saying Tamlin was tricked and bound unfairly. It must have looked so funny, like Feyre being like, let him go! And they're just like, okay. As Amarantha ponders this little tidbit, Feyre's gaze is drawn to a ring Amarantha wears, a ring encasing a swiveling, very alive and sentient-seeming eye. Amarantha sidesteps Feyre's accusation, pivot,
Exactly.
telling her to look at what she should have become, and Feyre now beholds a tortured, mangled body. Claire better. The name that sprang to Feyre's mind and fell from her lips when Rhysand asked who she was. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say Tamlin and Feyre may appear similar, but the core of their value system is so different. I truly don't believe, had they switched places, that Feyre would have been able or willing to tolerate an innocent being so brutally tortured, even to save the one that she loved.
I aligned. Agreed.
The only reason she engages in violence is for the greater good. And while that good could always be argued, as can what's the acceptable limit of the cost, she would never allow someone innocent to take the fall to protect someone else. She would have sacrificed herself instead.
Yes.
Like this would never.
At every turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, her and RHYSAND. Do I need to die? Happy to die. Here I am, ready to die.
Exactly.
Feyre is reeling as she is once again forced to face Amarantha, looking to Tamlin, quote, "Do you still wish to claim someone who would do that to an innocent?" Fucking good fucking question, Amarantha. And Feyre clocks it. He let it happen to protect her. But Feyre decides that backing down would make Claire's death a waste and says determinedly, yes.
I have a question about this because she's like, now she's doubling down on like Tamlin as a bad decision.
Right.
Because you said she clocks it and she's like,
she does.
Like that feels icky. She's like, well, I'm here.
Yes.
Let's go.
She pulls a Tamlin.
Yes.
I'm
like, already here.
Justification of effort.
Yes.
Yeah, he's contagious. Finally, Tamlin speaks and he says he has never seen her before. And this piss poor lie seems to be the clue Amarantha needs to put it all together. Could it be, she wonders, did a human with hate in her heart manage to fall in love with a high fae and he now loves her in return?
Oh boy.
As she ponders, she speaks to her ring, calling it Jurian. And at this, Feyre realizes with horror that the ring indeed is sentient and somehow holds Jurian's consciousness.
Oh.
Amarantha speaks again, saying how boring things have been since Claire died, and that simply killing Feyre wouldn't be very interesting. And so she offers to make a bargain with Feyre.
Rule number 2.
Like, right, Feyre's like, check. Amarantha, my girl, my dark queen, you are falling for the oldest trick in the how not to be a supervillain playbook. Like, she could have just killed Feyre right here and there and been done with it, and she could have remained the supreme empress of darkness of Prythian ad nauseum. But, like so many villains before her, she is addicted to the drama. I mean, like, same, but it's her downfall.
Yeah.
Amarantha tells Feyre that if Feyre wants to win back her High Lord, all she needs to do is complete 3 trials to prove her love and dedication to Tamlin, and he'll be all hers. As she lays out the rules of this bargain, she speaks both to Tamlin and Jurian at different times, commenting on the fickle and wicked nature of humans. A bit rich, coming from someone who is currently wearing the eyeball and finger bone of a scorned lover, like as part of the newest Cartier release. But like, okay, you do you, honey boo. Feyre has been in Prythian long enough to know to look a gift horse in the mouth, and she demands that not only will she win Tamlin if she completes these 3 trials, but that the curse will be broken and he and all of the court will be free to leave forever. Amarantha agrees, but with one final caveat. She has a riddle for Feyre, and if Feyre can solve it at any point during these trials, Amarantha will break the curse and free Tamlin and his entire court instantaneously. However, if she guesses the answer to the riddle incorrectly, then she will meet a fate worse than Claire's. Why do you think Amarantha did this? Like, it's such a risk.
Yeah, I think she just underestimates Feyre, and I think she's like, well, if I can fool 7 High Lords, like, what's this little insignificant human gonna do?
Again, it just is like the drama of it. Like, she gets to make even further of a fool of Feyre.
Yeah, and I think she wants to stick it to Tamlin too.
Because Feyre can't solve the riddle, and if she really loved Tamlin, she would know the riddle?
No, I think because Tamlin didn't want Amarantha.
Right.
And Feyre wants Tamlin,
Right.
and she's obviously pieced together that Tamlin wants Feyre.
Right.
And so she's just like, oh, like, let's let her suffer.
She just wants to like play with her a little more.
Yeah.
She is. She loves the drama.
Also the easiest riddle in the entire world.
We get to it. Yes. Did you guess it right away?
No, I was like, the answer better not be.
Yes, love. Me too.
Like, the more I read, I'm like, oh my god.
The answer
Fucking
is love. And I was like, no. You didn't guess it though, right?
No, I didn't.
Jack, did you? No. What did you think it would have been? Did you have any like?
No.
I
wasn't trying to. I don't feel like I was like invested in solving the riddle.
Oh, I was like, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there before Feyre.
Mucho distracted by someone else. I won't say who.
I wonder. One task each month at the full moon, and in the meantime, she will remain in a cell or complete work as Amarantha requires. Basic housework, she claims. Feyre agrees. Amarantha smiles.
Alice cringes. She
Damn
woke up in her sleep.
Damn it, Feyre! Damn it, Feyre! And then instructs the Ator to, quote, give her a greeting worthy of my hall. And Feyre is blindsided as something collides with breathtaking force with her jaw. 3 fairies begin to beat Feyre, and she can feel her bones breaking, her blood spraying, and then darkness. Chapter 35. And then darkness. As Feyre's senses return to her, she realizes her broken body has been left in a moldy, damp, dark cell. She raises her hand to her face and feels that her nose is broken, her lips split, and her eyes swollen. A scream breaks through the silence, and Feyre hears a whip cracking in the distance. She can't help but think of Claire. Sitting in the dark, she remembers that when she left her father's home, it had been a half moon, a few weeks then, before her first trial. Drifting once more into darkness, she is awoken by the sound of her cell door scraping open. Lucian's voice calls out to her through the darkness. Feyre's relief at seeing a familiar face is short-lived. Lucian is big mad. Why is she here? Has she lost her mind? How could she be so foolish? Feyre tries to tell him that Alice has told her everything, and she had to come. She had to tell him she loves him, had to see if there was still time. It's unsurprising to me that even in this moment, when Feyre is obviously so grateful to see Lucian, and Lucian is obviously so worried for her, that they are bickering like siblings. The kind of love and affection that Lucian and Feyre have for one another is very much this familial vibe. Yeah. He thinks she's an idiot, but he loves her anyways, and she thinks he's insufferable, but she loves him anyways.
Yeah. Aww.
To Feyre's point that she's here anyways, so there's no need to scream at her, Lucian settles down and examines Feyre's broken nose. He tells her he can heal it, but that he'll need to set it first. When he does, the pain is so blindsiding that Feyre passes out. She comes to, and her nose is fixed. Feyre learns that Amarantha has given Lucian back a fraction of his power to try and incentivize Tamlin to accept her offer. Unsuccessful. She also learns that Amarantha has summoned all of the High Lords under the mountain, trapping them there until Feyre's trials are complete. Our villain really does love an audience. Like,
God bless her.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's good.
I agree. She's a great villain.
I like her.
I like her way more than I like Hybern.
Oh, yeah.
From Vampire Diaries.
Oh, yeah. Like a bit like...
She knows she's hot shit.
Yeah. Feyre asks if the eyeball in the ring and the bone necklace really belong to Jurian, and Lucian confirms and provides a little backstory detailing how after Amarantha defeated Jurian on the battlefield, she took weeks to torture him, refusing to respond to Hybern's call for aid, even costing him the war, refusing to do anything until she had finished what she started with Jurian. This has always felt like a bit of a plot hole to me. Like, do we really think that Hybern would have like just took this loss on the chin and been like, "Oh, that Amarantha"? Like,
no, because it also comes into question, like, why hasn't Hybern come and been like, listen, like
my highest commander.
Yeah, like, you freaking betrayed me, and now like, you're running this little party here with these trials, and I'm friggin' stuck on my island trying to put the cauldron back together.
Yes. Okay. 100.
No, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's a bit of a plot hole for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with how, like, vindictive he is, and, like,
yes.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Lucian hears a sound and warns Feyre to be careful. Thanks, tips. And then vanishes. Feyre sees a yellow eye of one of her guards peer in before it moves on. Over the next few days, Feyre is fed bread and water, but otherwise left alone in her cell until one day her guards drag her back to Amarantha's throne room, where she is once again thrown at the floor of the throne. Amarantha tells Feyre she realizes that she doesn't know her name. Feyre is silent. You're not the boss of me. And Amarantha calls out, RHYSAND.
Oh, no.
Casual, strolling steps sound from behind Feyre, and the High Lord of the Night Court appears and bows to Amarantha. She asks if this is who he saw at the manor in the Spring Court, and RHYSAND gives a bored affirmative. Amarantha narrows onto this moment and points to Claire, asking then why did RHYSAND say that she was the mortal present at the Spring Court. Rhys puts his hands into his pocket watch, and says that all humans look the same to him. When Amarantha queries, and what about fairies? Rhys tells her that her face is a work of art. Amarantha, girl, this is embarrassing. Super villain queens of the pits of hell don't beg for compliments. No. Like, come on, have a little self-respect. We're joking around here, but I honestly think that this is a huge part of Amarantha's ultimate downfall, right? Yes. Like, she has a very fragile ego.
That's why everyone's under the mountain, because Tamlin was like, no thanks. And she's like, we'll see.
Right. I'm going to punish the whole world. Like, again, she could have just killed Feyre, but I think she truly wants to prove to Tamlin that Feyre is unworthy of him, and that Amarantha is the only one who could ever be his equal. This compliment from Rhys, it feels so pedantic, but she eats it up. Amarantha is a narcissist, and her insecurities are leading her to take risks that will lead to her demise.
Definitely.
Amarantha snaps her fingers, and to Feyre's horror, the ACOTAR pulls Lucian out of the crowd. And Amarantha carelessly tells Rhys to hold his mind. Lucian's terror is immediately clear, and from the corner of Feyre's eye, she sees 4 red-headed, high-faced step forward, smiling, and she deduces that these must be Lucian's brothers, Lucian's family.
Also, like, Lucian cannot catch a break.
No.
Like, not even until, like, even in book 5, you're like, can this guy, like...
Yes.
Like, RHYSAND and Feyre are willing to sacrifice. Everyone's just like, oh, yeah, Lucian. He's your guy. That's the guy you want. Yeah. Pick him.
Lucian, you need new friends, my man. Like,
totally. Friends, family.
Everyone. Maybe just move to another world. Yes. Yeah. Amarantha asks Lucian now for Feyre's name, but he too remains silent. Feyre watches a small smile curl up RHYSAND's lips as his eyes train on the fox, and she feels terror wash over her as Lucian stiffens and groans. Feyre, she shouts. My name is Feyre. Rhys steps back, hands still in pockets, and Lucian collapses. Amarantha repeats Feyre's name, seeming to mull it over as she comments that it's an old name from one of the earlier fairy dialects. I see you being excited. What?
No, she must know how to pronounce it then. She's not calling her Feyre.
Why? What? Why? What are we talking about here?
Amarantha.
Does Amarantha call her Feyre?
I feel like Amarantha would just, like, call her the wrong name out of, like...
Oh, just to be a bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, when I read it, when she, like, reads her name, whatever page it's on, I'm like, I feel like she mispronounced it.
So it's not in the, like, written, but
no, in my mind, I was like, she
had a mean girl moment.
Yeah.
So funny.
I love Amarantha.
Okay, but this is absolutely going in the proof column that the Archeron family is descended from or somehow tied to the Fae, an old Fae name. Yes. It also supports my theory that Nesta has been Fae from the beginning.
Well, it said magic recognizes her.
Yes.
She can't be glamored.
No.
All the things.
Amarantha tells Feyre it's time she gets her riddle. And folks, we're going to quote the whole damn thing. Quote, "There are those who seek me a lifetime, but we never meet. There are those I kiss, but who trample me beneath ungrateful feet. At times I seem to favor the clever and the fair, but I bless all those who are brave enough to dare. By large, my ministrations are soft-handed and sweet, but scorned I become a difficult beast to defeat. For though each of my strikes lends a powerful blow, when I kill, I do it slow." Feyre is stumped. A disease, an illness. She has no idea. And as she frantically tries to think what on earth this riddle could be referring to, her mind snags on something. She had ensured that the terms of her bargain made it so that if she solved the riddle, she and all of the fairies would be free immediately. But had she ensured the same if she were to win the trials? Answer, no.
Damn it, Feyre.
But Feyre just moves right past this and, like, as we all know, huge fucking loophole, and thinks to herself, no, don't be paranoid. Feyre, yes, be paranoid.
Now is the time.
This is the moment. She is dragged away and locked in her cell once more. 2 days pass before her guards come to retrieve her, telling her that the full moon has rose.
I'm sorry. I was trying to
Come on.
I literally kept touching my nose and it just happened.
The full moon has rose.
I'm
Sorry.
We'll take it again. She is dragged away and locked in her cell once more. 2 days pass before her guards come to retrieve her, telling her that the full moon has rose.
Oh, that's a good line. Whew. Okay, we've made it. Oops.
Went off script.
Fuck.
Go back.
Rewind. Exactly. Okay, babes, that was a doozy.
Oh, so good.
It was so good. We're finally under the mountain.
Anytime I told people about this series, and I was like, just wait until you get under the mountain. And then I'd be like, that really feels like a euphemism. It's not, but it should be. Like, hey,
I preface that to everyone I recommend this book to.
Mm-hmm.
Just get to under the mountain.
And
like,
then
you'll have 10 chapters left after, but like, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, they like get to, and then they're like, wait, what the fuck? Like, book 2 now.
Every SJM book ever.
Last 100 pages.
Literally. Even in Artemis and Fury, I was like so bored. And then like literally, the last 100 pages, I was like, could not get through fast enough.
Yes, last 100
That's
pages.
why on a reread, it's a bit better because I agree. Like the first time I read them, I was like,
yes,
what's gonna happen? And I was so fast and talking clearly nothing.
I know. You go back, you're like, wait,
how did I miss this?
Yeah.
But no.
Start finally connecting dots.
Exactly.
Last episode when we're like, I'm kind of like making fun. Or no, we're talking about Rhys and how Feyre doesn't quite put together that he's the High Lord of the Night Court. You're like, how doesn't she do that when like he's, what is it? How doesn't she do that when he's like, did you get my present?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, dumb Feyre. And then I'm like, wait, I didn't get it either. Like,
all right, we have arrived at Hot Takes, Theories, and Thirsts. Woo! These chapters are serving emotional crisis, guilt-induced bravery, and a side of world-ending curse revelations. It's giving romanticy girl boss on a redemption quest, and we are so here for it. Feyre's been through her villain origin, her sad artist era, and now she's in her savior arc. Chapter 30 through 35 is basically the part of every great romance where you're screaming, girl, don't do it, but also you better get going.
Like, let's move.
The whole thing is basically a soap opera with wings. You've got sister betrayal, murder, forbidden love, and a woman so mad about rejection she curses an entire court. Amarantha basically saying, if I can't have him, no one can. Iconic villain energy.
I love that you and I are becoming like Amarantha stans. Like, we're like, I'm kind of obsessed with her now.
I know.
Yeah. Also, Tamlin rejecting Amarantha's advances and getting cursed for it. Like, that's not just a blight. That's karmic payback for every time he couldn't communicate his feelings properly. But like, seriously, this is tragic. He's been playing a game he can't win, and every move he made to protect Feyre was also breaking his own curse.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah. This whole time we thought he was being overprotective when really he was walking a line between rebellion and survival. It doesn't excuse the brooding silence, but it makes it hurt a little less.
Yep.
Sending Feyre away was the worst possible choice, but also maybe the only one he could make. And we did touch on that last episode about like if RHYSAND had made her do the same thing, we'd all be like, oh, RHYSAND for life. Because like, yes. But I guess we can like get on board with Tamlin here.
Yeah. And listen, as soon as Alice mentions Amarantha under the mountain, our brains are already whispering. The darkness, the power, the foreshadowing. It's like his shadow's already stretching across the pages. Are we ready for him? No. Are we feral anyways? Absolutely.
I'm just saying, all this talk of blight and darkness feels like the literary version of your true love hasn't arrived yet, but he's tall, dark, and morally complex.
Exactly. These chapters are the moment everything shifts. Feyre's guilt turns to purpose, her fear turns to courage, and the fairy tale mask of the spring court finally falls away. It's not just love pushing her forward, it's the need to make things right, even if it kills her.
Again, with like her opposition to Tamlin. Yeah. She's not the damsel anymore. She's the storm. And honestly, we love a girl who saves herself and her man.
I have to ask, what was your reaction to Tamlin's non-reaction, first read, when he sees Feyre under the mountain? Like, were you raging as hard as I was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, hello.
Yes. Like,
anybody in there?
Like, no reaction. And like, she the whole time is like, what the fuck? Like, hello.
And like, again, I feel like this is a move where he's like trying to protect her by like not reacting to her, being like, oh my God, like Lucian being like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Damn it, Feyre.
Damn it, Feyre.
But like, again, you know, he kind of is, it just makes him seem a bit pathetic in my mind.
I know. It's tough because, yeah, like, what could he have done in that moment, right? I don't know. Like,
blinked? I don't know.
Like, okay, bro, saucy wink. Amarantha's
hey,
like,
hey.
I'm right here. Like,
that's it. We are doubling down on the 7 by 7 years or whatever it is.
Thanks for joining the Chaos Babes. We hope your hearts are full, your tea is hot, and your TBR just got a little bit more filthy. See you next time with the same court, more thirst.
We want to hear from you as we continue to build this little corner of our world and fall in love as we dive into fantastical worlds, fabulous folklore, and fine males and men. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at A Court of Books and Babes Pod. Subscribe on YouTube. And please, please, please take 5 minutes to rate and review us on however you take in your podcasts, whether that be Apple or Spotify, and share it with all the babes in your life.
Until next time,
stay bookish.
Yeah, I'm going.
I was not offside on that.
No, that was me. That was
like
me.
looking at Allie, I'm like,
what's happening? What's happening?
Line.
I did line. Shall we take it again from me?
Sure.
Okay. Until next time, stay bookish, babes.